What's up, guys? Round Eyes here. Today we're going to make a video on expansion traders, how to create one, how to get it into your server using the GTX platform. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go over here to File Manager. We're going to go to MP Missions. Whatever map you're running, we're going to use Chinaris for this. And we will go here to Expansion. And we'll go to Traders. And in here you'll see a few dot maps. These are obviously not what you'll see. You'll see probably like a alt or crashing off airfield, Balota. I forget which ones it comes with vanilla. But what you'll want to do is you'll want to create a new file. So let's do that. And for the video, we're going to make a altar trader. So we'll just name it altar. And then you want to name dot map. Okay. We'll let that make. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll come in here as a template. We'll use Green Mountain, for example. These are going to be your traders where they're standing, and this is the clothing they're wearing. So what we'll do is we'll just copy all this, and we will go back over to our altar, and we will paste it in there. Then you'll hit save. Alright, so now what you'll want to do is you'll want to hop over to Dayz Editor. We're an editor here now, so let's just go to altar. I think for the video we will just use this concrete pad right here. Okay, so when you were looking at your thing here, you have, what is it, 12 spots for traders. You don't have to use all these. You can use just some of them, or you can use all of them. For video purposes, we'll just use all of them. This is like every trader you would see at your normal trader. Like say you start off with the crashing off airfield trader, which is what it normally gives you. You will see all these people there selling these items. Actually, for the video, let's just get rid of this spray paint one. We're not going to use that. So we would need 11 places for traders. So you could build as big a trader as you want or custom as you want, yada yada yada, but for this video we're just going to make tables for the trader. So let's just look up table. And we use these, so we need 11 of these, I believe it was. So 1, 2, 3. This ain't gonna be fancy or anything like that. I'm just trying to show you the basics here. Usually you build a pretty elaborate trader and you'll know where you want each guy to spawn. So we got 5, 6, 7, 8. Here, let's put the 10. 11. I think we needed 11. Let me double check. Yeah, so it'd be 11. Okay, so when you got our tables, or you got your trader build, or however you want to do it, what you want to do then is you want to come up here, save as. We'll just call this, oh boy, if I can spell right, YouTube trader, and you want to name it .dze. Now this is just your buildings and whatever you built for your trader, not including your people. So we'll hit save. And now what you'll want to do is just start placing your people. But with this, you want to kind of, what I like to do is I'll pull up Notepad, start a new one here. Just try to keep this out of the way. Okay, so let's start off here. Search NPC. Okay, so for Mark, however you say it, we'll have him, let's just say we're going to have him do food. So what we'll do is MIREK equals food. These are just my side notes. You don't need to do that if you have a good memory, but I don't. So we use Dennis. So we'll say Merc is for food. We'll say Dennis is medical. Let me just jot that down. If it wants to type. Dennis equals medical. Let's say Boris could be guns. Grill could be attachments. So let's jot that down. So it was Boris equals weapons. Krill equals attachments. Okay. So we'll just do Ellis. He could be the builder. Let's jot that down. Alright, so what else we got here? We got alright, so we'll do clothing and clothing accessories. Do them over here. So we'll do Francis. He's gonna sell clothing. Kaio can do clothing attachments. So we got Francis, clothing, and Gaio, clothing accessories. Just gonna put it like that. Alright, so now we got, what else do we need on here? We need components. Need components. And I think that's about it. So let's see, components, we'll put here. We use Jose. Say equals components. Over here we will do vehicles. Use Lewis for vehicles. And Nikki for vehicle parts. So let's jot that down so we don't forget. Lewis equals equals vehicles. And Nikki equals come on. Vehicle parts. Okay, so now I think we're still missing one. We get 10. Okay, we're missing the special, but I'm not going to go over that on this one. Some people don't use it. Some people change that to black market, whatever the case may be. Okay, so we got all of our traders standing here. We got them all jotted down as to what we wanted them to be. Now keep in mind, you don't have to be like this. You can be anywhere in your trader. This is just basically where you want them to stand. You can move them however you want them to move. So now what we'll do is we'll come up here, we'll go to File, Export. You want to do this as expansion.map. So we'll do that. It's already YouTube Trader, but this time it's .map. So then we'll hit Export. And that's all we need to do in the editor. So we'll just go ahead and exit out of the editor. Mine likes to crash when it's leaving editor. I don't know why, but it does it every single time. So just give it a second. There we go. Okay. So now, how to get to that file is you'll open your File Explorer, you'll go to Documents, Dayz, Editor, and here you'll see YouTube Trader.map. So let's open that with our notepad. Okay. Let's make this a little bigger. Okay, so now we're at the altar.map that I had created. We had pasted these in from Green Mountain or wherever they come from, your Northeast Airfield Trader or wherever. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change the coordinates. Now Dennis is clothing, and these are his coordinates, and this is what he's wearing. You can edit any of this stuff. You can edit what he's wearing. We're going to edit the coordinates here. Okay, so what we're going to do is Merc. Now what did we set him as? We set him as food. So Merc's coordinates, we're just going to copy that. And we're going to paste it right here. You want to stay inside these two bars. Okay. Now clothing accessories, we had set to or no, I'm sorry. Dennis's clothing, which we had set to Francis. My fault. Yeah, we're wrong. So we'd want to find Francis here, which is right here. And we want to copy his coordinates. My fault on that. So that'd be clothing. And then clothing accessories, we have at Gaio. So let's find Gaio here. He's right here. So we'll copy his coordinates. And we will just paste them here in the clothing accessories. Okay, now we have consumables, which is food. Which one do we set to food? Merc. Okay, so we want Merc. Copy his coordinates. Paste them in here. So now we have weapons. For weapons, we had put Boris. So we want to find Boris. Copy his coordinates. Paste them in here. Now we have weapon attachments, which we had set to Krill. So we'll find Krill here. Change out his coordinates. So next we have vehicles, which was Lewis. Lewis, there he is. He's trying to hide from me. Copy. And we'll change out. Okay, so vehicles, then we have boy. We messed up. So now we got to put that line back because we accidentally went over that line. I do believe that was the coordinates 832. Yep, okay. So 832. And now next we have components. And for him we used Jose. Okay, then we got medical, which we used Dennis. We got vehicle parts, which is Nikki. Okay, we skipped the special one. It's up to you if you want to do that or not. So then we got building supplies. Builder, we used Ellis. We find Ellis here. Okay, so that should put all of our traders standing where we just put them in the editor. So then we'll save this. Then we'll come back here to expansion. You're going to want to go to trader zones. You're going to want to create one. Create new file, altar, because that's where we had built at. You want to name this .json. As you can see, it showed up here. Let's we'll go into one of these other ones and use this as a template. So we'll select all, copy, go back to our altar, we'll paste. Okay, now what we want to do is we'll name this altar trader. Now we want to change these coordinates here. We'll just use one that we have here. We can use any of these coordinates really. So we'll just use the first one. Change these out. I don't think you need any of these extra ones. You probably could just do it like this. Let's do it, make sure it works. So this is the radius of your trader zone. This is 100 meters. I think that should be fine, but let's just bump it up to 200 meters. That's so you could put a trader within 200 meters of that and it'll recognize it as a trader. So what we'll do here is we'll save. And that's all we should have to do in the offline section. So next, we should be able to go to profiles, expansion. Well, actually, let's create a marker for that while we're here. We'll go back to missions, Chinaris, expansion. But for this, you'll go into settings. You want to go to map settings. Now, this is where you create your server markers. So let's just go down here at the bottom. We'll copy one of these other ones. Make sure you put a comma here. Now we'll just name this altar. This first one doesn't matter. This is only what you're going to see. And this second one here is what your players are going to see on the map. So we'll just put altar trader. And we'll just put general trader. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to change these coordinates. What you can do is when you're in the editor, you could place an object wherever you want your marker to be, or however you want to do that. For me, I'm just going to use one of these tables for example here. So we'll use this table here. And this is what will put your marker on the map. Now this middle number here, 469, it's what's going to tell how high to put the marker. And the 469 is going to be on the ground. So what I kind of want my marker in the sky, so I'm just going to bump this up a few. We'll just name it 472 maybe. That'll get the marker up in the air. Okay. So it's a persistent marker. It'll stay there at all times, and that's what we want. Okay, so that should show a marker there now. I actually think that's all we have to do. Let's try to log into the server and see if it works. So what we'll do is we'll try to log into the server. Oh, I guess I got to start the server first because I had shut down to work on it. So we'll start the server. Let that boot up and everything. Now these should work, just nothing else you need to do. We will find out in one moment though. Just hang tight because I don't like to skip over anything. I want you to see how this is done in real time, so just bear with me here. Let's make sure this thing's running. Still booting up. If you guys are thinking about renting a server, I'm going to drop a link below for GTXGaming. They're pretty good when it comes to everything and pretty simple. I've used many different ones, and this is by far the best setup to use as far as running a server. But I'll drop a link in the bottom there if you want to click that link before you purchase one. That would help me out a little bit. Get a couple pennies every time. So okay, it looks like the server's running. YouTube map. Let's join up. I'll also post my Discord link in the description. If you have any issues or anything, feel free to join and ask in the general chat or submit a ticket or however. I'll try to get you squared away. Also in the comments below, if you want to let me know some things you're needing help with, I would gladly help out. I just don't know like what troubles a lot of people when it comes to setting up a server. I'm trying to make videos on what I think would be helpful, so if there's anything that you could think of that you need to see done, let me know in the comments and I will try to make a video for it. Looks like we're loading in now. I missed one step. There ain't gonna be no tables there. I missed one step, I forgot. So let's go over to altar. The trader should still be standing there. Yep, see all of our traders are standing here. Let's see if they work. Yep, looks like they work. Now this is the clothing that was in the vanilla file. You're welcome to change out any of the clothing they're wearing or anything like that. But one more step I did miss. Let's go back and do that. We'll stop the server. Go to File Manager, NP Missions, whatever map you're running, and you'll want to go here to Editor Files. As you can see, I got quite a bit of custom areas on here already. Just been kind of playing with things and building things. It's like a test server slash server I make my videos on. So what we'll do then is we'll go back here, Documents, Dayz, Editor, and we'll want that DZE copy of that we made, YouTubeTrader.dze. We just want to drag that right into here. Let it upload. Okay, it says it's done. So let's see, where is it? YouTube Trader, right here on the end. Okay, so now let's restart the server and make sure our tables are there. My fault about that. I missed that on the first go around. I wasn't even thinking about it. But make sure you add your DZE into the editor loader as well when you're changing out your trader.map. But it's an easy fix, and if you're just setting up, chances are you ain't got no players anyway, so it's not going to hurt to have to shut it down and redo that. I always recommend having like a test server to do this kind of thing on anyway. If you did have players, that way you know things are right before you add it to your main server where players are playing. So wait for this to boot back up. Okay, it looks like it's back up. YouTube map. Looks like it's still starting. There it goes. Alright, so we'll go ahead and join. Now when we log in all of our tables that we built, or if you build a custom trader or anything like that, it'll be there now because you added the DZE. That's what tells the buildings themselves to spawn in. And we're not using buildings in this case, but some tables just to show you. Trader is kind of one of the most important parts. I know if I join a community server and they got a crap trader, chances are, I mean, they did a lot of crap setting it up, so it's kind of like your main focal point when everybody usually heads to the trader. And if your trader wows you, then chances are you're going to stick around, and they did a good job on that, so they probably did a good job on setting everything else up. That shows that they can build, and they probably got custom areas and that kind of thing. So another thing you can do is you can look on the workshop. There's a lot of Altar traders on there already. You could just download the DZE, load that into your editor, and then just place your traders wherever you would like them to stand in that custom area that's already built. Okay, so let's go to Altar. Now you can see our tables are there. Or any custom buildings we would build or whatever would be there. This empty table was a special one that we didn't use. As you can see, everybody's here. I mean, you could put guns on the table, you could do whatever in the editor. But for the video's sake, we just placed tables. So now you can see they all got their items for sale. And everything's good there. Now, let's say you didn't want to keep the Krasnov airfield because you had built this one. So what you can do, you just go back to your MP missions, expansion, traders. Now let's say there's one of these that you didn't want to keep. Say like the Krasnov or the Belota aircraft or whatever, because you put aircrafts here, you could do that as well. So you would just delete that file there, and then you would go back here to the trader zone, and you would delete whatever one. Like, see here, I still have Kaminka on here. Like, I don't want Kaminka as a trader, so we'll just delete it, and that'll no longer be a trader zone. Or Crash Knopf, we don't need any of those. Or Belota. Basically want these to match whatever you have here, because this is what makes it an actual trader zone. So if you do all this and don't set up the trader zone, you're going to be able to walk up to them and you won't be able to interact with them. They won't do anything. So hopefully this video was helpful with setting up a trader. Like I said, if there's anything you'd like to see further, just drop a comment down there and I will try to make a video about it. Like I said, also I'll include my Discord if you need any kind of help. So yeah, that's that. If you have any questions or anything, just feel free to ask. And yeah, thanks for watching.